Hi, I'm Sarah Fox. I'm an assistant professor in the Human-Computer Interaction Institute here at Carnegie Mellon University. So here at CMU, I direct the Tech Solidarity Lab, where we seek to open up new opportunities for community-driven technology developments and extend theoretical frameworks that further our understanding of design, politics, and justice. So today I'll describe two key threads of our current research. So the first is on equitable smart cities, and the second centers developing worker-centered design. So the body of research we're conducting on equitable smart cities examines the possibilities for co-developing policies and technologies together. So ensuring that residents' concerns are heard and met in the process of deployment and adoption of public technologies by cities and states. So for example, we're examining micromobility platforms and autonomous vehicles such that they center the needs of residents with disabilities. So outcomes of this work will include policy and regulatory recommendations, as well as altogether new interventions promoting accessible mobility to those across the city. And working with the Pittsburgh Task Force on Public Algorithms, we're also focusing our efforts on municipal technologies and how we might boost public education and democratic processes to ensure residents have a say in what gets implemented within local government from the start. So some ideas that have come from community meetings, for example, include an oversight board or simply more stringent standards for how data is collected and circulated across government agencies and departments. In another key stream of research, we're considering worker-centered design, emphasizing the need to create technologies that support safe and meaningful employment with decent wages. So with fellow faculty members Jody Forlizzi and Chinmay Kulkarni, and in partnership with the Hospitality Workers Union Unite Here, we're developing an approach to tech development that ensures workers' perspectives, insights, and expertise are considered in the design phase. So to give an example, we've learned through a series of workshops with housekeepers that the algorithmic management systems that are newly dictating much of their day-to-day work assign sequences of rooms without allowing for any customization according to their own preferences, which can lead to issues such as burnout and repetitive stress injuries. So the design decision here kind of represents the kind of oversight that we seek to mitigate in our own work. In collaboration with colleagues at the University of Texas at Austin, we're also examining the impacts of COVID-19 on the millions of people deemed essential workers who perform waste labor such as cleaning, garbage collection, and recycling sorting. So since last year, there's been an accelerated push to introduce artificial intelligence technologies to better safeguard both the public and workers from the heightened possibilities of contamination through surfaces. Yet decades of human-computer interaction research shows that the introduction of automated technologies into workplaces is not necessarily a seamless transition. Instead, it transforms and displaces existing work practices. So through observation, interviews, and co-design activities, we're examining the frictions and corresponding innovations that workers produce throughout waste management industries as they deploy technologies in response to the COVID-19 crisis. So these are the acts of calibration, repair, and maintenance that workers do kind of on the ground with robotics and AI technologies. So the outcomes of this work will include a set of best practices for supporting human AI collaboration within low-wage work settings, and will kind of lead to insights that can be used across manufacturing and retail settings that also use kind of similar sorts of technologies. So with that, I just want to say thank you for listening on the kind of recent research that we've been engaging in, and please do feel free to reach out if you have any questions or just want to chat.